Lock up in the center of the ring. Wild Bill backs him up. Nice look at Ben Jordan.
Now, Bill Irwin, of course, until very recently, the tag team partner of Black Bart. I'm sure you recall the match where Bart was in there throughout the entire match and Irwin wouldn't tag in.
You know, Freddie, I haven't seen that match. But very true, Bill Irwin, formerly a member of the Wild Bunch. Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert and Barry Horowitz, members of the First Family. And Stuff Eddie Gilbert and Barry Horowitz are ranked number 8 in the tag team rankings for the GWF tag team titles. Right now, Wild Bill Irwin backing Barry Horowitz into the corner. Referee James Beard right there to break it up. And, you know, I wonder if Bill Irwin maybe is forming a team with Ben Jordan to go after the tag team titles held by the coast-to-coast connection.
Well, would you not say, Bruce Pritchard, that this is a bit of a step down for Wild Bill Irwin?
Not at all. Ben Jordan, very capable individual in his own right. And right now, Barry Horowitz having an argument with senior official James Beard as Wild Bill and Ben Jordan go over their strategy for this matchup. Collar and elbow tie-up. Barry Horowitz and Wild Bill Irwin. Horowitz with a side headlock on Irwin. You know, it takes an awful lot to wear a guy like Wild Bill Irwin down. Horowitz right now, handful of hair, brings Irwin over.
Now, the man you are looking at right there, folks, does have the biggest selling videotape on the market today. Remember that?
No, I didn't know Bill Irwin had a videotape on the market.
No. We're talking about the winner, Barry Horowitz.
Right now, Barry Horowitz, another handful of hair, hide headlock, brings Wild Bill Irwin over to the mat. Irwin now head scissors. Horowitz kicking out. And one more time, Horowitz finding a handful of hair to help him bring Wild Bill over.
It has been some time since the First Family has been in prominence in professional wrestling, but Eddie Gilbert, being the genius that he is, has reformed the First Family, and they are skyrocketing up the ratings.
Well, they are number 8 in the tag team ratings for the GWF tag team title. Bill Irwin once a co-holder of that title. Irwin now the side headlock. He holds on to a handful of Barry Horowitz's hair. There is Irwin again. He just keeps that side headlock on Barry Horowitz with no problem. In comes Ben Jordan, and he gets a side headlock. Horowitz now with a handful of tights. Trying to bring Jordan over for the pin. In comes Bill Irwin behind the referee's back.
Wait just a minute here.
And now it's Irwin with a side headlock on Barry Horowitz. Referee James Beard asked the fans here if they tagged. Well, the fans here at the Global Dome seem to think they did.
It's becoming very clear to me that James Beard will do anything within his power to make Eddie Gilbert look bad.
James Beard will do anything within his power to ensure a fair match. And now Wild Bill Irwin with a side headlock on Barry Horowitz. Eddie Gilbert coming into the ring. You know, what I don't understand, Eddie Gilbert, this is not good for his team to continually occupy the referee. But now Horowitz almost pinning Jordan there, but referee James Beard out of position. On the outside of the ring, Irwin and Eddie Gilbert in a shouting match back and forth. Meanwhile, Ben Jordan clamping on the pressure. No, Jordan.
Wait just a minute here.
Well, you wait just a minute, Freddie, because one thing I've noticed is Bill Irwin and Ben Jordan have worked very well as a tag team thus far. And I tell you what we're going to do. We're going to take a break, and we'll be right back with more GW. Barry Horowitz.
Well, Eddie Gilbert is a mental genius when it comes to grappling. He knows talent when he sees it. He knows how to cultivate talent. Eddie Gilbert will take this boy, and he will make...
Well, Ben Jordan right pin Ben Jordan when he had him down a little while earlier in this matchup. Gilbert, the knee right into the back of Ben Jordan. Horowitz now going to capitalize on Jordan's weak back, puts him up on the top turnbuckle. Very dangerous place for Ben Jordan to be. Horowitz up on the second rope, looks as if he's going for a superplex. Indeed! It could be all over for Ben Jordan. You know, now this is what I mean. He's so cocky. He thinks he has won, but Wild Bill...
Now, you don't think he's going to fall for this. He knows that's Wild Bill Irwin back there.
Well, Barry Horowitz, and right now, Wild Bill, and Horowitz just turned around and decked the referee. While Wild Bill Irwin, he has Eddie Gilbert in the corner. Horowitz decked the referee. He turned around, thought it was Wild Bill. Instead, it was referee James Beard.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winners of the match by disqualification, Wild Bill Irwin and Ben Jordan.
And Horowitz is disqualified for his efforts. Don't you go away. We'll be right back.
The Ultimate Wrestling Hotline, the Global Wrestling Hotline, with latest
Big tour night. Scott Anthony also was very successful on his tour of the Orient. These are two great athletes in there right now, Greg, and this should be a tremendous matchup.
As a matter of fact, you were very correct when you said the Orient, because he also visited the country of South Korea. Hip toss. But he didn't go for the cover immediately as he was kicked off by the Patriot. Back to the ropes. The Patriot with a powerful shoulder block.
The Patriot, very impressive. This man, oh, what a shoulder block. Going, I thought he had it, Craig.
Almost a count of 3 by John Keaton, but Scott Anthony able to slip out. Clothesline, short clothesline. Count of 1, count of 2. And I think the Patriot is going on the offensive here.
Patriot not right now. He's working on that arm, and Scott Anthony is looking for anything he can do to weaken the Patriot, and I don't think there is a weak spot on the Patriot.
Well, when the fans cheer for the good old US of A, you know they're talking about the Patriot. And the Patriot gets a lot of power from the fans here at the Global Dome.
Well, he sure does. And the fans here at the Global Dome are definitely behind the Patriot. And the Patriot pumping that arm of Scott Anthony.
Looks like those pull downs he might do in the gym. Gets a count of 1 there. Over into the corner, Anthony tried to send the Patriot in the turnbuckle, but little effect on the man in the red, white, and blue.
Well, another advantage that the Patriot has is that mask, because you can't tell what expression he has on his face. You don't know if he's in pain. You don't know if he's enjoying what he's doing. That is a definite advantage for the Patriot.
Patriot with a size advantage here, but as Scott Anthony will always be quick to point out, sometimes you can defeat size by sheer intelligence or the intelligence it claims to have.
Well, Scott Anthony also was quick to point out to me today that he was also a lot heavier than they listed him in the program, weighing in at 242 pounds. And that's no small man.
Scott Anthony delivering the rights and the lefts, and the Patriot goes down to the mat. Not something you see often. Elbow to the top of the head is Scott Anthony, who has held many titles in many different regions, including 3 Pacific Northwest titles at the same time. But I don't think he ever had to meet up with a man like this. Look at the power of the Patriot.
The Patriot is ripped, and Scott Anthony is thinking twice about throwing another right hand, and he doesn't have to think for long because the Patriot cuts him right off.
The left Lands right on target. Clothesline by the Patriot. Scott Anthony having his problems with a big man. Power slam, courtesy of the Patriot, but only a count of 2.
Scott Anthony is cunning inside that ring. He knows where he is at all times. He saw that referee's hand coming down and kicked out just in the nick of time. But the Patriot does not let up. He continues to punish Anthony. Nice reversal, another reversal. And Anthony goes to work on the Patriot.
I believe that Anthony has possibly figured out a way to go after the big man as he takes him up to the top rope. Is he going to try a superplex here?
Well, I think he's going to try it.
He's got him up there, but the Patriot gets a shot to the midsection. Anthony very precarious in his positioning and finds that it cost him to the top rope. Patriot missile right on target. Gets the 3 for the first fall.
Wrestling fans, the winner of the first fall, the Patriot.
A mistake by Scott Anthony may have cost him the first fall in this, the GWF North American Championship match. Action, and the Patriot almost gets a quick third fall, even before the bell rings.
Well, the Patriot now, he wants to end this in 2 falls. He wants to get it over with. Scott Anthony now has got to win this fall to even it up, to get that shot at that North American title, to be the champion.
Roll over and a count of 1 reversal by the Patriot. Count of 2 and almost a count of 3. Second fall, the Patriot leads 1 fall to none. And they went at it right through the break, didn't even wait for the bell to ring.
And Scott Anthony right now going to work on the knee of the Patriot.
He had done that earlier.
Scott Anthony's looking for anything weak on the Patriot. As I said earlier, there are very few things that are weak about the Patriot, but he's twisting that ankle. He's got the pressure on the knee, twisting the ankle, and now using the advantage of the ropes.
Down to the leg. And one way to get rid of a weight advantage or to get rid of a height advantage is to make sure the man stays on the mat. Exactly what Scott Anthony is doing here.
That's true. When you're down, you're a lot easier to hit. And Scott Anthony is definitely hitting the Patriot with everything that he's got. Step over toe hold right now by Scott Anthony. And these folks here in the Global Dome with that USA chant, that's for the Patriot.
Count of 2, the Patriot able to get the shoulder up. The Patriot cognizant of the situation here. Anthony down by a fall.
But as I said earlier, Craig, the Patriot has the advantage. You cannot tell if this man is hurt. There's no expression in the face. The mask hides it all, so Anthony doesn't really know. He could be playing possum for all we know.
Both men trading shots here. Anthony delivers 1. Shot to the forehead by the Patriot. And the Patriot has his mind on one thing. 1 more fall and he retains the title. Out to the outside goes Scott Anthony. And watch out, the Palm Beach Heartthrob has that chain. That's what got him disqualified last time. The Patriot down to pull Anthony back into the ring.
Well, Craig, he's only going to get disqualified if he gets caught.
Very true. And right now he's doing a very good job hiding it. The Patriot, oh my!
Well, Scott Anthony hitting the Patriot that time with a chain. And
he hit him in the forehead, going for the Palm Beach head drop. He wraps up the leg and gets the fall.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the second fall, Scott Anthony.
Scott Anthony with the use of a chain to enable him to get the Patriot into the Palm Beach head drop. We're tied at 1. Dane rolls Stephen Cox back into the ring. Duck under by Steve Cox and the clothesline. Dane trying to shake out some of the cobwebs. Watch out for Christopher Love in the corner. I don't trust that man, whether it's in the broadcasting booth or at ringside, and that's why. Dane with a foot on the rope, held there by Christopher Love. Oh my.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Too rough and tumble.
Law and Order, Old West style, coming to the GWF. That coming up in our match for main events. But in the ring right here, it's Conan Chris Walker having his trouble with Kenny Stryker.
You've got to admire Chris Walker and Steve Simpson, Craig. They are fighting champions. That may be an old hackneyed term, but these men defend those titles at every turn. They defended them on television, at the arenas around the country. They do not back down from any tag team, and you've got to admire that. We've had champions in the past in other federations where they really push the envelope of that 30-day rule. It's barely 30 hours these men go without defending that title, and you've got to admire a team like Chris Walker and Steve Simpson. Also, they've held on to it, and that's a feat in its own right.
Steve Simpson in now with the extended arm bar on Tony George. Our first opportunity to see Mr. George in action. Schoolboy roll-up, count of 2 by James Beard. Talk about defending the titles all over the place. James Beard, in an official capacity all over the place, just finished another tour of Japan, where he's a very well-respected official. Body slam takes Tony George up and down. And Simpson will go back to work on the arm. Special GWF welcome to some of the stations joining the Major League Wrestling Network, like KRIS, Channel 6, down in Corpus Christi, Texas. From Raleigh, Durham, WKFT TV 40, and from Beaumont, Port Arthur, Texas, KJAC TV 4. Special thanks to the management and staff of all those stations, and welcome to the GWF Network. There's good tag team wrestling by the champions.
Simpson and Walker, we've discussed it before, tag team specialists, maybe limiting themselves some by wrestling strictly tag team, but there's no questioning their success as Stryker comes in a little bit late, and oh, does he pay the price from Chris Walker.
Well, it looked like Stryker may have come in a little bit late and takes an early exit.
That's the hard way down.